Is that a friction that still exists?
No, we deaded that beef. Younger people understand what I'm talking about.
How do you remain so calm and impartial when talking to people with some of the most extreme views?
You go there and you're being told, like, you're going to meet some Nazis, right? And you're like, okay. And they're going to be wearing, or you read your research, like, they're going to be come to the door wearing swastikas, there'll be skinheads. You're like, fine. So then you go to the door and like, I'm a goddamn Nazi, you motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, that's what my notes said.
So you're not surprised.
Yeah, I think you're a piece of shit. You come from the Jews media? You're like, well, that's not generally how I think of it, but you know what I mean? It's like, in other words, it's not like, well, you're what? You're a what? Like, yeah. It would be quite weird to be shocked. I'd be more shocked if you came in the door and said, like, I'm not a Nazi. I'd be like, what?
Damn it.
Like, have I come to the wrong house?
Special guest waiting and ready to go, so it is time for secret number 6. Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome onto the stage. He is a BAFTA award-winning documentary and filmmaker. His films have been seen by millions of people, not just here in the UK, but right around the world. He's an inspiration to many of us. Please welcome Louis Theroux.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you with us today.
Nice to be here.
We managed to keep it a secret. Were you guys genuinely surprised?
Yes. Good.
Results! Very good. You're our 6th secret on this show. Can you tell us a little bit about the secret of getting into the TV industry? How did you start?
I sort of got in by fluke, really. I was working as a print journalist. I was living in New York at the time, and I got hired on a TV show by a documentary maker called Michael Moore. And I just feel as though, were it not for, it's a sort of, in a way, inconvenient fact about success in general, that it's based as much on sort of randomness and fortune as it is on hard work. But if you are prepared and you are committed, then you could capitalize on your luck. So Michael just sort of brought me. I was doing kind of comic journalism that was sort of irreverent and silly. Like, one thing I did at that time, I was working for a magazine called Spy. It was about rappers. I was into rappers, and rappers, like gangster rap was becoming a thing, and I was into gangster rap. And a friend of mine said it would be funny to call up rappers and ask them about the importance of gun safety and get them to freestyle a rap about gun safety. Really? Yeah, and actually freestyle, I don't know how many rappers we got here. Freestyling is quite hard on any topic, yeah? And then if you do a topic that you've never really thought about that much, like gun safety, turns out even a professional the only one who could do it was Fat Joe the Gangster.
Is he still alive?
I think he's alive, yeah, because he's been taking care of his weapons, dude. So Michael Moore hired me based on like a few cuttings that I had from Spy magazine, and the fact that I guess he liked my slightly weird, geeky energy that I was bringing. But as far as like, can I give you advice? My advice is just keep trying. Don't get discouraged. Believe in yourself, and just follow your passion. I know it sounds a bit trite, but just there are things you're interested in. There's stories that you find fascinating. Cultivate those interests, those parts of you that are a little bit off beam, and that my biggest lesson was that the things that I thought disqualified me from being in television, like slight sense of sort of social awkwardness, glasses, big nose, not conventionally good looking, and also a sort of sense of kind of persistent disabling anxiety that I have. Like, I just worry about everything. All of these things that I thought meant I would never, I just wasn't naturally I didn't imagine I might be any good on TV. Those were my assets. Like, you've got to turn your weaknesses. It sounds like something from like a bad kung fu film. You've got to turn your weaknesses into strengths. Does that make sense?
Right, Toby's just said in my ear that he starred one, but I don't see it. There you go, I just broke the fourth wall. Wasn't that fascinating? Toby, can you just tell me the question, please? I don't see it.
Who's Toby?
Toby? Oh, I see it. Toby's in my ear. He's quite flirty, so it's a bit awkward. In the era of fake... Thank you, Toby. I've never used one of these before, can you tell?
What was your drive then? Because you were already a journalist. What was your drive to shift from doing that to creating these films?
My drive was that I suppose, look, this is the embarrassing part. Like, I was ambitious and I wanted to be noticed and I wanted to be successful.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what I was good at. And so I thought that maybe I hoped I was good at writing. So I worked really hard at that, but didn't really get much success at it. So then I thought, well, I'd like to write television. Like, maybe I'll be better at writing TV than I am at writing articles. And then the Michael Moore opportunity dropped in my lap. I thought, well, I'm definitely going to be a shit correspondent. Like, the idea of me being a decent TV presenter is not going to happen. But maybe this is the easiest way I'll get of writing jokes on TV. Like, I'll get on and maybe write some gags or have some ideas for segments. And maybe me being on TV is the price I have to pay in order to write on television.
You're so good at getting people to reveal stuff that they wouldn't necessarily talk about, and you do it in such a discreet way. How do you do that? Because, I mean, we watch you and we think, how did he get him to reveal that? How did he get him to talk about that? And it's so subtle.
When I was sent on these stories, the first stories involved me being sent to extreme groups like the Ku Klux Klan or militia groups or religious cults. And I had this sort of tremendous sense of worry about whether the segments would work. But I think the plus side of that was that the people I was among found me like so unintimidating. Like, I was such a sort of unthreatening presence that they would sort of not only open up to me, but they would, on occasion, kind of bully me, like in a way that was quite like effective. Like, in other words, it came across as powerful on TV. Like, I've always thought it was a benefit of whatever I bring to TV that I'm the least interesting one in the room when I'm making a program. That I never try and also dominate the conversation. And I think, in the end, building trust is about being approachable, not being threatening, being a good listener, making the person know that you are there to hear them, and give them the time, be respectful. Some of it's just silly things like, go into a house and say, "Should I take my shoes off?"
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to help?
It's not being imposing, isn't it?
Yeah. You just sort of fit in, be as polite and respectful as you can in whatever situation it is that you're in.
Well,
Don't be a dick, is what I'm trying
Don't
to
be
say.
a dick. Best advice ever. I'm sure the eagle-eyed amongst you will realise we've just had 6 secrets, but it's now time for secret number 7, which is a wee game, if that's okay.
A wee game.
A wee game.
Wee
I'm sure you've played this before. It's because I'm in Scotland. Have you ever played this one before? The Would You Rather game. You ever played it?
No.
Time for Would You Rather. We start with the first question. Louis, would you rather go to the Edinburgh TV Festival or the Fringe?
Well, it sounds a bit ungracious. In terms of, I would rather watch a kind of good comedy show than a TV session. No disrespect. Sorry.
Would you rather have unrecognisable plastic surgery or be in prison for 10 years?
I'm going to go... bad plastic surgery is like an imprisonment, isn't it? I'd rather be imprisoned in a prison than in my own body. That would be horrendous. So I'll go for prison. Okay,
and last one, because we haven't got much time with you, I'm afraid. Would you rather have toes for fingers or fingers for toes?
What? toes for fingers or fingers for toe. I think that's easier. Imagine how great it would be to have fingers for toes. And you keep your real fingers, you'd have fingers everywhere. My goodness.
See, we asked the important question. I know you're a busy man, Louis, and you've got to head off.
Thank you so much
for talking
Thanks
to
very
us,
much,
Louis.
guys. Thank you for
Round of
listening.
applause.
Good luck on
Thank
everything.
you. Thanks so much.
I wanted to present you with a gift. I got this one for you. Louis with tits. It's so confusing. I don't know who it offends, the ladies or you, but someone's definitely being offended. But there you go.
Thank you
Your new
so
night
much.
shirt. So, yeah, it should fit.
I'm going to put it on.
And you will all have a gift underneath your seats, if you want to have a look.
No. Are you serious?
It's very exciting. You've all got your own Louis Theroux sticker. You can wear it with pride on your lapel. It's on. Louis with tits is on. This guy does this for a job. He takes male celebrities and puts boobs on them for his job. That's what he does.
I think it's weird to wear yourself. Am I still on my? I mean, yeah, we're all right there.
Yeah,
to
no,
wear yourself in it. When I was growing up and listening to music, I remember once seeing. I think it was a guy in the Buzzcocks or maybe the Clash, and he had a T-shirt with his own band on it. I remember thinking like, no, that's not good. That's naff,
Yeah.
isn't it? You don't wear your own band on your own T-shirt.
I don't know. I think this is the look. We're done.
Oh,
Thank
no.
you very, very much. There's one thing I'd like to do before we end, and that is get a Oscar-style selfie with everyone holding up their stickers.
But I'm not going to see it. They have to lower the lights, don't they?
Do they?
Well, otherwise we're not going to see anyone. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we
Good.
go. Hold up your stickers if you can. Is that right? Should I take a few? There we go. We got it.
Got it. Thank you to
so
our
much.
sponsors, the BBC.
Thank you very much. I really
Thank you for
appreciate
coming.
it. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you. Thank you.